how to eat awesome, tasty vegan food and save money. Alright, so we're going to do a bit of a Q&A today. I get this question often, how to save money eating on a vegan diet, a whole food plant-based diet. I have a message here from someone asking me how to save money eating healthy. So this person says, I like fish, chicken, beef. My experience with alternatives such as tofu is that it tastes like ass. I'm sure preparation can make it taste like filet, but it takes a lot of prep time in that it can get expensive. And that's why people eat fast food, and they go on saying, this leaves me to believe the two greatest reasons why more people don't cross over this sort of diet, meaning the vegan diet or the whole food diet. It's prep time and cost. It's too expensive and time consuming for most of the busy and on-the-go people. Most Americans, rich or poor, would go this route of it tasting better and being cheaper. And as such, I think the best way to combat these notions is if someone offered lectures or classes on great tasting tofu at McDonald's prices. Might gain more people to the cause. Alright, so here's my response to this. What it comes down to is it's about your health. And if you want to talk money though, if you're unhealthy, you're going to end up paying more in the long term. Do you realize how much medication, surgeries, and all this stuff costs? It doesn't even compare to food prices. But we'll keep this video just about food prices, but I do want to make that point that going down the unhealthy route just because the food is cheaper, because it's more convenient, you're going to end up paying in the long-term run. Not just with your money, but with your health as well. So keep that in mind. But if you want to save money on food, hey, there's no problem with that. My biggest tip is having staples and focusing on carbohydrate foods that are high in calories, and those tend to be the starches. So things like rice, corn, potatoes, beans, peas, lentils, things like that. They provide you so many calories. They're low in fat. They contain a lot of fiber, and they're just going to keep you full of energy all day. I made a video a little while back about how I afford buying organic foods, and you guys can feel free to check out that video. But basically, you don't even have to eat organic to be healthy. I mean, I encourage you guys, if you can, to buy organic when possible. You do want to lower your pesticide consumption through those foods, but when it comes down to it, eating organic's not going to do you much for weight loss. It's not going to prevent having heart disease or diabetes or any of that stuff, and those are what we want to focus on as a nation. Those are our top killers. Obesity as well. You're not gonna prevent obesity by eating organic, okay? You can buy organic grass-fed beef, see how that goes. Going organic is great because you're avoiding those carcinogens, preventing sort of cancers. So that's what organic does. So you focus on your staples. In terms of making food tasty, well, the biggest thing that I've found to be helpful, especially when I was transitioning from a meat-based diet and an animal-based diet, is you just have to give it time. You really do. I mean, when you were raised your whole life to eat animal products, you're eating lots of processed foods that have a lot of salts and additives. You just have to give it time. It takes around 2 to 3 weeks approximately for your taste buds to adjust how foods taste. That first, second week, it might be tough. You might be getting cravings. You might be tempted to go back to your old dietary habits, but I assure you, stick with it. Start incorporating more whole plant-based foods into your diet. Add things like spices, cumin, paprika, oregano, basil, cilantro, all those spices and herbs into your diet. That's going to make food tasty. Add a few sauces here and there if you want to. Many of the foods that you probably love are full of awesome herbs and spices. Just get rid of the bad stuff, start adding in the good stuff. If you need hints on some recipes, feel free to follow me on Instagram. I'm constantly posting meals that I am eating, or there's plenty of awesome vegan websites out there that have recipes, which you guys can find some of them at the end of this video. So a great article, and I'll post this down below in the description of this video. Dr. McDougall, he is a board certified internist, medical doctor. He's written a bunch of best-selling books. The Starch Solution, you guys should check that out if you haven't already. He reverses heart disease, diabetes. He brings people weight down. He's an amazing medical doctor, and he knows his stuff. He has this article on his website, and it talks about how to save money on food costs. It was published in 2008, so some of these prices may have gone up and down because of the economy and the market and all that stuff, but it's a good example to use for this video. So if you check out the cost of animal-derived foods, you will see that many of them range from $6, $7 all the way up to $30 for 2,500 calories, which is an okay range. You know, if you're sedentary, you're not very active. Depends on your weight, your height, of course. But you know, it's a decent amount of calories. So if you're eating 2,500 calories, you can pay all the way up to $30 per day. Now, a lot of people like to talk about fast food, right? There's a dollar menu. There's all these menus out there in fast food restaurants providing you with low-cost foods, right? So those have been getting praised in terms of cost, convenience, and so most people think they will save money by going this route. So the cost of some of these fast food places, check this out, it can range from $8, $9 all the way up to $20. Now, it's not as bad as some of the other, I guess, whole food type of animal products out there. You're saving a bit of money. But this is what I want to show you guys. On a starch-based diet, you can pay up to $3 per day. $3. That's not even the minimum of the fast food joints. Potatoes, rice, corn, you know, oatmeal, things like that. Foods that people have been eating for centuries and have been staying healthy, you can eat that and save more money than you would at fast food places. So that's the thing. A lot of people think that they need variety, they need, to eat the rainbow, and they need all these fruits and vegetables in their diet. And while I agree with all those points, you should strive as much as you can to include as many vegetables, as many fruits of different colors and varieties in your diet. You know, you want to get variety, of course, but what I'm trying to say is you just need to center your diet around plant-based foods, around starch-based foods in particular. If you're on a low income and you're trying to save money, go for the starches, the grains, the beans, those types of foods, the potatoes, all right? Now, don't get me wrong, there's definitely some cheap fruits out there that almost everyone can include in their diet, and one being bananas, right? Bananas, they're so cheap. They're less than $1 a pound, which is awesome because you can even buy organic for not much of a price difference. Dates are another good one, but you know, you scavenge around. Different supermarkets will have different prices, so you know, shop around. Not everything what I'm saying is set in stone. You know, shop around, definitely see what the best deals you can find around in your area. But my best tips to saving money on food costs would be eat whole plant foods, all right? Eat whole plant foods, eat whole starches. That's what you should center your diet around if you're on a budget. Buy, you know, as many fruits and vegetables as you can. Buy in bulk, that way you can save even more money. Places like Costco are great because you pay for the membership, you're buying a lot of stuff, you're saving money. Or you can go to places like Whole Foods, buy a big box of bananas, save money that way as well. And another tip would be quit eating out. You know, there's plenty of awesome vegan restaurants out there, and believe me, I love going to them and going out with friends and family to vegan restaurants. And if you want to talk about, you know, making vegan food tasty, you won't have any trouble finding good, tasty vegan food out there. I promise you. There's a website called Happy Cow, and you can search for vegan, vegetarian restaurants, plant-friendly, vegan-friendly restaurants in your area. You know, not saying that these foods are healthy by any means, but in terms of cost, though, when you're going out, you're paying for not just the food, but the service. So quit eating out if you're on a budget. But, I mean, that is another option in case people want it. So many more restaurants are bringing on the vegan options like Chipotle. Many meat eaters are already eating at Chipotle, and for the same price, you can get sofritas. So no excuse there. If you're into fast food, switch to the sofritas at Chipotle. Same price, but a much better and healthier option. Another tip is to buy in season. You know, some foods are much cheaper when they're actually in season. When grapes were in season one year, I bought boxes and boxes full of grapes from Whole Foods, organic grapes, and they were like $2-3 a pound maybe, as opposed to the $5-6, the crazy cost they sell grapes throughout the year basically. So if you check around, you keep your eye open on the seasons and what fruits and vegetables are available, then you can save costs there definitely. Or you can go to local farmers. You know, buying local is great too. You save so much money. And again, buy in bulk from them, support them. They'll probably support you back by cutting down the prices. It's awesome. And you know, buy canned and frozen foods. If you're on a budget, get over this ego and mentality that, you know, you have to be perfect to eat healthy. You don't have to be perfect. You know, buying canned foods and frozen foods can greatly reduce your food costs. If you can't afford fresh fruits and vegetables, guess what? Buy them frozen. It's that simple. So if you are wondering and you're curious about how to afford a vegan diet, a whole foods plant-based diet, there you go. There's no excuse. Your health is your number one asset. Most people go out every weekend, spend their money on booze, going out to the bars, paying for all this expensive stuff that's not really adding much to their life. And so what I'm trying to do is encourage you guys. There's ways out there to buy in an affordable way and still be healthy. So there you go. Those are some of my tips on how to save on food costs. Let me know in the comments down below, what are some of your tips for saving on food prices? Have you found any of those tips to actually be helpful? Let me know in the comments down below, and give this video a like if you found it useful, because that really helps me out, and it lets me know that what I'm saying is actually making sense. Or heck, give it a dislike if I'm wrong. Also, make sure to subscribe down below so you guys can stay up to date on all my videos on the vegan lifestyle and everything that is bananiac. And if you guys have more questions, send them down below. Send them to me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and we will see you guys in the next video.